Hello everyone and welcome to BISP Solutions. I am CS Anjana Mishra, working as the lead functional consultant at BISP Solutions. I specialize in synthesizing and analyzing the financial data. I have 7 years of experience in NetSuite, HFM, FCCS. BISP Solutions is a tech company providing technological solutions across the globe. We have a far-flung proficiency in end-to-end implementation and support. Today we'll be looking at creating a new vendor record in the Oracle NetSuite application. So let us begin. So this is my NetSuite application. I would like to create a new vendor record or introduce a new vendor into my application. Let's say I've had a new deal, a new contract, and now I would like to enter a new vendor into my NetSuite application from whom I'm going to purchase certain items for my inventory or for my business purposes. So going on to the vendor list. Now this is a shortcut that I've already created into my home tab. You can also go for the vendor list or the vendor record from list, relationships, vendors, and since we are creating a new vendor, you can directly click on new from here. So this is the new vendor form that we have for which we'll have to complete in order to introduce the new vendor into our NetSuite application and into our business. Now this is a custom form. Uh, this is a standard vendor form which now you see on your screens. This is the standard vendor form that we have into our application, which is available across all the NetSuite applications. And if in case you would like to create your own custom form depending on your organization, so that you can choose which information you would like to introduce into the vendor form records, a new vendor record, you can actually go to the custom vendor form and click on customize from here. And you can customize your own vendor form depending on your preferences, choices, and options that you would like to view into your business vendor form, depending on what all the information that you would like into the vendor form. So let us just enter the information into a standard vendor form. This is the standard vendor form, where you will actually introduce the company name. I am introducing this is the vendor that I would like to introduce into the NetSuite application. Now here I have an option where that the vendor ID is automatically picked up from the company name, or I can have, when I uncheck the box, I can produce or give a specific vendor ID also for the particular vendor that we are creating. I do not want it, so I've just checked on the auto box, that is automatically. Now here you can select which type of vendor it is, whether it is a company or it is an individual. Now company can be a private limited, a public limited company, individual, a partnership firm, or a proprietorship firm. So you can have a individual clicked for that, depending on what is the vendor form. Web address, if a website ID or a web address is available for this particular company. Now the category, whether this particular vendor, if you have different categories of vendor into your organization, like consultant, printing, production, supplies, you deal into 5 different types of items, you've categorized it into inventory 1, 2, 3. You can actually create different categories of inventory 1, 2, and 3, and categorize the vendor also depending on the inventory categories that you have. So here I have consultant, designing, printing, tax agencies, supplies, productions. Which kind of category you would like to select totally depends on you, and this is not a compulsory information that you will have to enter into the vendor form. This is just to make your vendor form or the vendor that you have created look more appealing, and to provide more information about the vendor in case if an information needs to be pulled out of about the vendor from the NetSuite application. Any comments that you would like to enter for this particular vendor, like this is a project, uh, any project that is going on, a specific vendor has been categorized for this particular project. So all that information, any comment that you would like to enter for this particular vendor. The next part is the email, phone, and address. Here you specify the email of the vendor, the phone, that is the contact information about the vendor. Everything is put up over here. The address, phone number, any alternate phone number, fax number, email ID, all of that if you would like to enter it, which is usually that is done when a vendor is introduced into the NetSuite application, or a vendor is introduced into your business organization. Now, coming on to the another important information that needs to be supplied over here is the primary subsidiary. Now, over here, you will have to select which is the primary subsidiary, for which this particular vendor has been created. So as you can see, this resource allocation approver has been automatically populated from the primary subsidiary selection. Email address for payment notification. If you would like to add any email address for the payment notifications that this payment is due to this particular vendor. Yes, and any export to open air, if it is if any export needs to be done for this particular when I mean import export open air information that you would like to introduce into this particular vendor type, here I would not like to do that. And here the vendor name, amount, all of those for the open air you will have to provide. So this is for the classification important, I mean the primary subsidiary resource allocation approver and all those important information that needs to be populated over here. Coming down to these tabs that we have over here. Now these subsidiaries, now if you use NetSuite One World, the subsidiary sub tab actually enables you to assign the secondary subsidiaries that can share this vendor. After you save the vendor record, you can actually see this particular vendor open balances at subsidiary levels also. So if I'm selecting 2, 3, 4 more subsidiaries along with the BISP trainings, that is the primary subsidiaries, these subsidiaries will also be able to share this particular vendor. I do not have to create a specific vendor for all the subsidiaries. This similar vendor can be used for that. So if you want, I would like to introduce this subsidiary to this particular vendor. Now here you can actually populate credit limit for this particular vendor and the tax code, or you can create a new tax code for this particular vendor also. Going on to the relationships, here you actually provide the contact details of the person with whom you are in contact with, or with whom you will be contacting for further purchase requisitions, purchase orders, payments, etc. All those important persons or representative of this particular company you will be in conversation or you will be in talks with. So this is the information regarding that. And now into the communications, if phone calls or tasks or events, anything that you would like to introduce it over here, as in any task for this particular vendor, any particular events for this vendor, etc. All that information if you need to populate it over here. The address, shipping address, billing address, if you have a different shipping and different billing address for this particular vendor, all of that information you can populate over here. Now this is the marketing, that is the subscriptions tab, marketing tab that you would like to any information regarding the subscription history that you would like to introduce into this particular vendor. Now coming on to the financials, here you put up the the account number for this particular vendor, so that the further payments are actually done with this particular account, the bank account information, payables account, from which account is the amount or the payment for this particular vendor will be provided for. The primary currency, now this primary currency is actually selected from the primary subsidiary that you have actually selected, though you can choose a different primary currency if it is a part of this subsidiary. Terms of payments, due on any terms of payment as in due on receipt, when will the what is the payment terms that it will be due on the receipt, and 2% or any net 5, any percentage terms that you have, the conditions of payment that you have into your organization, you can select that. Credit limit for this particular vendor. Then expense account, what is the expense account, the account name for this particular vendor. Like here I am selecting BISP Infonet, I would like to select, I can select that also. Any GST number or the tax in registration number, across whichever you would like to populate over here, you'll have to provide the information into this particular mm, uh, tab. Now into the balances, if this is an existing vendor and you are introducing it into the NetSuite application, you will have to provide the opening balance into this particular vendor that is existing in your books. If you're including this vendor from your books into the NetSuite application, the opening balance date and the opening balance account, where will this particular opening balances will show. It will show into the accounts payable account if you've got 2 3 different accounts payable account. Like here I have BISP accounts payable, so this particular, if this was a existing vendor which I introduced into the application from my books, then I would select BISP accounts payable or any other accounts payable account that you have into your organization. And if it is for the particular project, this vendor has been introduced for a particular project, you can actually introduce that information or populate the information regarding project also. And if particular rates, if you have selected or you have decided a particular rate into the contract when you have entered into a contract for purchasing or purchase contract that you have entered into with this particular vendor, what are the rates? If you have a selected rates, if you have into your contract, you can actually populate those rates also into this particular vendor. So the conversion, if a currency conversion needs to be taken place, the rate will be taken preference. So into the preferences, email preference is default, whichever. If the transaction is, you are going to send the transaction via email, print it, fax, and if checks are printed, the print on check as, I mean, what is the print, what do you want the checks to be printed in? Any system information. Now access, which the access that you would like to actually give access to, that is within the NetSuite application, access to the employees, to the accountant or whoever other administrator. You've got your support administrator, technical administrator. If you want to give an access to the others, you can actually give access to this particular vendor to the others. Any custom information that you would like to apply to this, and bank payment details. So this was all information that you can actually put into the vendor details when you are creating a new vendor. And once the vendor has been provided here, I suppose I've provided for all the information that was required. Let me just save it. So after saving, I've come back to my vendors list. Here I can find the vendor that I have just created. Let us just find the vendor we have created. As you can see, this is the vendor that we had created, BISP Infonet. The internal ID has been automatically provided. Consultant category that we had selected, rest all information we haven't provided. If we had provided, all the other information was also we could have got it over here into our screens. So this is how you can actually create a new vendor into the Oracle NetSuite application, providing all the details that you would there are certain details which are important or compulsory for you to provide in order to introduce a new vendor into the NetSuite application. Else the other information, in order to give more details to the vendor that you have created, in order to have all the clarity about the vendors that have been created. It is easy to provide the details, all the details that you have for the purpose of any contact information, email information, account details for the payment, and all these information you can introduce, you can list down into your vendor form, and can save the vendor form and start using it for the purpose of supplies or payments, etc. So in case of any queries, doubts, or consultations required from our side, please just do get back to us at www.bispsolutions.com. Thank you.